Good afternoon, Commissioners, and thank you for staying so late. My name is Jane West. I live in the Old 6th Ward, but I am not here today speaking on behalf of any organization from the Old 6th Ward. I'm here speaking on behalf of myself. There was a project at 2211 Decatur Street that was on your agenda last month in December. It was deferred with a request from commissioners for the applicants to continue working to revise their plans so that they would be able to approve a certificate of appropriateness for that project. It was deferred again today until next month. I've just brought for you some examples here. I brought for you examples of what the applicant's response has been. Instead of working with community members, the applicant has brought a motion before the Civic Club to essentially mute the Civic Club from making any comments for or against projects being considered for a certificate of appropriateness without a supermajority vote of all of the members of the organization held over 2 meetings held at least 2 weeks apart, which is essentially impossible. I want to show you, I brought also, and the proposed resolution is in the packet I'm handing out to you. They also, prior to the December meeting, they issued a preserve records notice to the employer of the chair of our conservation committee because she filed a 311 complaint about these applicants. Now, you all have heard, and the planning department says to neighborhoods regularly, this is a complaint-driven city. The city does not have resources to proactively enforce any quality of life issues. So all of our neighborhoods are high maintenance. Our historic neighborhoods are even more high maintenance than others. The third document for you is a request for recusal of one of the commissioners merely because he lives in the neighborhood and works with our conservation committee. And that was made to a council member who submitted it to the planning department. Now, I want to say to you, lawyers have a saying. This is Carl Sandburg had a saying about lawyers, says, if the facts are with you, argue the facts. Oh no, let me go back. If the facts are against you, argue the law. If the law is against you, argue the facts. If both the facts and the law are against you, pound the table and scream loudly. Thank you. I would love to talk about the sidewalks because I have an ongoing issue with the non-ADA compatibility of new sidewalks that were built in the Old 6th Ward. And there's an ongoing issue with the lack of an ADA compliant bus stop built in front of the new office building on Washington. And the idea that the city is enforcing sidewalk rules really is music to my ears because historically the city does not only not review for sidewalks and plans, but does not inspect for them. So, I mean, this is a conversation I would love to continue and is very pertinent to the entire city. And this administration has a commitment to public transit and to a paradigm shift for transit. Public transit and paradigm shift can't occur if people can't walk to transit stops and if the disabled can't board a bus at a brand new bus stop. And that's what we have all over the city. And if you all would like, I would be happy to share with you an article that was published in the Chronicle 2 years ago to that effect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. West. Is there any questions for Ms. West at this time? We'll have to review this material that you just handed to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question for Ms. West. So would you be in support of the project at 2211 Decatur Street?
Last month I spoke against it. We were hoping that the applicant would come back, work with community members, and we would all be able to come kumbaya hand in hand with a revised plan. The neighborhood was here last time in support of staff's recommendation to deny.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Commissioners, that concludes the public participation. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to say?